Welcome back, hockey fans. 2025 ISBHF World Junior Ball Hockey Championships. Canada wearing black, taking on Switzerland wearing white and red. Jam-packed day here at Poprad Ice Arena in Poprad, Slovakia. Your play-by-play announcer, Chris McConowitz. Appreciate you joining us back home. I know it's an early start for the Canadians who've tuned in to watch, but expect a good one here. Switzerland gave Slovaks some trouble last night in the final game of the day. Canada has looked very impressive thus far, and right now, Canada, with 2 games today, controls their own destiny in terms of a path to the gold medal game. Whoever finishes in first place in the 5-team division is guaranteed at least a silver medal. They will play for gold. So Canada facing Switzerland today, and later in the day, they'll face off against the United States. If they win both of those games, they are headed to the gold medal. As Canada battles down deep. Trying to crash the net, under attempt shot, big save already. Be sure to check stats.isbhf.com for all your scoring needs. Download our app from the Google Store or the iPhone Store, as Canada now has it back at the point. Redirected shot goes up into the mesh netting. We'll get a whistle here. To the left of the Swiss netminder. So right now the Czech Republic is in second place with, the United States behind them, then Slovakia, and then Switzerland currently in last place out of the 5 teams. Shot blocked. Canada regains the zone. Back to the point, over to Purse. Sends it across the floor. Down low, bounces off the glass. Karam's into the corner, routed all the way around. Swiss chip it up to the near boards. Canada intercepts down low. Cross floor pass, looking to come back door, but not on track, as that one took a funny bounce, ended up having to be corralled up by the Swiss netminder. In net, number 33, Julian Stuckley. And in net for Canada, number 1, Scott Kirby. Just took a weird bounce. You can see here on the replay, kind of caught Stuckley. Looks a little bit by surprise, but he was able to smother it up, get the whistle. Canada wins the draw cleanly, unable to get the shot off. Would have had a good look at the net there, but number 44, Reef Sakut's been one of Canada's better players this week. Unable to get good graphite on the ball there, as that one's batted down by the Swiss. Chance of Hop Sweets break out. Remember that chant from last year in Visp and Raron at the Men's and Women's World Championship, as Switzerland now gains the Canadian zone. Battle down low along the near boards. Back towards the point, intercepted by Lagrange for Canada. Lagrange now carrying it into the Swiss zone. Centers it over to Sakut. Sakut trying to drop it off, but Swiss, good job on the back check, but pokes it away. Now Sakut has it in all out, shot, score! Short side over the blocker. What a snipe by Reef Sakut. Give Canada the lead. Well, Swiss had a chance to get the clear there. You'll see here on the replay. But credit to Sakut, right? Never gave up on the play. What do the coaches always say, right? Back check, back check. Don't give up on the play. Made that nice little reach for it and then just rifled right past the blocker. Really nothing Stuckley could do on that one. He played it perfectly, and you've heard me say many times this week, sometimes these world-class shooters just make great shots. As Canada gets another chance here. Centering attempt into the back of the net. Canada goes up 2-0. I believe just 8 seconds after the initial goal. I think that's going to be Brandon Gill who gets the goal. It is goal. Gill took that feed, backhanded it right to the net. Just trying to see who got the assist here. Can't see the number. Well, disappointment now for the Swiss. Canada. 2 goals, 8 seconds apart. Obviously not what the Swiss wanted. I mean, they've played well. They've been in all their games this week, but with a powerhouse like Canada, just can't give them an inch. You really can't. Canada with possession now back into the Swiss zone. So they've credited both goals now on stats.ispHF.com. So Reeves Sakut assisted by LaGrange and Scott, and then Brandon Gill, he was assisted by Mallory. Gotta say that Gill-Mallory line, been one of Canada's better lines as that one's poked over the net. They're back out there now along with Cummins, as Stuckley's able to get a whistle. Having called all the Canadian games, I mean, the entire team's played well. That's why they're in first place. But I think just from an individual line perspective, I think they've been Canada's best line this week. As Canada's going to get a change, Lovett comes out now. He'll take the draw. He'll have Stang off to his right. Poke check. Swiss give it chase. Canada wins the foot race. Good job by Matteo Rotondi. And it's another player that has stood out to me. Rotondi, just really good hockey IQ, always plays with his head up. Outstanding on the power play for him as he sends it in down to Lovett. And Canada goes up 3-0. What a pass by Lovett. Right onto the tape of Stang. Backhand, forehand, tucks it in far side, and Switzerland in danger letting this one get away really early. As we get a timeout call by the Swiss team, so good job by the coaching staff. I mean, if there's a time to take your timeout, right? You just given up 3 goals less than a minute apart here. Good hands, Nicholas Stang. I am located directly above the Swiss bench here, so I can look down and see the team getting coached up. Switzerland coached by Nick Van Orsal, assistant coach Oliver Schawal, Tobias Schaub, and Bastian Steiger, general manager Severin Shen. Canada head coach Chris Soroviak, assisted by John Silcox and Michael Dyke, general manager Tyler Moore, and the equipment manager Jocelyn Sakan. As Swiss player blows a tire, rattled around towards the far boards. Swiss have not had a shot yet on Kirby. It's just been all Canada. Canada looking to gain the Swiss zone. Back to the point, over to Zazzala. Zazzala fakes the long wrist shot. Down low to Longo. Shot deflected. never made it through. Rattled all the way around. Canada going off for a change here, as are some of the Swiss players. So Switzerland pauses at the red line. Decided against dumping it in and just rather get set up here. But ball rolls off the player's stick, chipped up to the red. Now Switzerland fires it in. Kirby comes around to play it. Takes a look. Sends it towards the near boards. 4 players battling for the ball down low. Looks like Canada's going to come away with it. It's Roberto Palermo has it poke check back off of his stick and then sent back down into the Canadian zone, rattled around by Zazzala. Canada going to make a couple of quick changes here. Sent up to Morey. Morey walking to the center floor. Dropped it off for Smith. Still banging there. Morey loses his footing. Now Smith and all alone tries to go with a little wheel and deal in action. Unable to tuck that in off of his backhand. Soft, silky hands there, and so we get a flooring call. And 9:02 remaining in the first period. Canada with 3 goals. Swiss called that timeout, trying to regroup here and prevent further bleeding, but they are in danger of having this hill turn into a mountain. So the last goal, Nicholas Stang, assisted by Lovett and DeSantis. Sakut's goal was unassisted. And Gill's goal was assisted by Mallory. Canada, Swiss blocking the shooting lane. Trying to carry it out. Good stick work, kept in at the point. Good read on the play by Purse. Back down towards the far board. Centering attempt. Just out of reach of Purse. Purse bang it down low. Swiss trying to body him off the play. That's Fabian Yausi. Now Switzerland chips it out. And we're going to get a flooring call as Andy Knight was given chase on that ball. All Canada thus far. Stuckley 4 saves on 7 shots. No official shots on yet. Quite yet for Switzerland. Canada takes the draw back to Powell, down low to LaGrange. LaGrange just trying to find an open spot there to receive the pass, unable to. Long shot from Powell gets deflected up into the stands. Probably not up into the stands, up into the mesh netting. Okay, so the Cummins, Mallory, Gill line is out for Canada. Face-off won by Canada. Powell sends it across the floor. Centering attempt. Cummins can't quite corral it, but chipped it towards the boards. Goes and chases it back to Powell. Canada patient with the ball in the Swiss zone. Down low centering attempt. Oh, running past it, pardon me, Swiss player, and then a turnaround effort off the stick of Gill was saved by Stuckley. Switzerland's really got to limit those types of mental mistakes if they want to have any chance of hanging in here with Canada. As the centering pass over to Gill. Bad line change there for Switzerland. Gill with some space, elected to pass it off. Back down behind the net, Gill with it. He's got Cummins all alone in front, centering attempt. Shot over the crossbar, all the way to the far boards. Canada now patient with it in the zone, centering all the way through the center floor, walking in, shot, save! Swiss player lost their stick. Outstanding hands by Stang, trying to walk it back in. Stymied on that effort. Down towards the near boards, over to Lovett. Lovett sends it in deep, gives chase. Up towards the near boards. Still looking for an outlet here. Swiss pretty active with their sticks, not giving them anything to look at. Sent it all the way through the center floor. Back to the point, over to Zazzala. Fakes the shot. Back down low to Lovett. Zazzala receives it, long wrist shot, whistles wide. Rattles off the backboards, picked up by Longo. Back to the point, Zazzala with it. Over to Scott, now over to Lovett. Well, Switzerland just really playing his zone here, giving Canada a lot of space to work the ball. Shot, pad save. Zazzala with it. Long wrist shot, wide. Poke check. Back up the near boards, Canada with it, Lovett trying to walk it in. Swiss still can't get it out of the zone. Kick towards the far boards by Morey. Switzerland sends it back behind the net as they're executing a line change. Canada aggressive on the forecheck. Well, another mental mistake by Switzerland. Can't just backhand the ball when there's nobody there, right? Got to know where your players are. Shot, pad save. That was off the stick of Morey. Taken by Smith. Clapped away. Canada now at the point. Christensen, the captain, with it. Down low to Smith. The Christensen centering attempt goes off a foot. Smith battling. Bodied off the ball. Gives chase on the forecheck. Swiss now with it. Boy, this is just a lot of attack zone time for Canada. I mean, they are making this look easy in terms of keeping the ball in the Swiss zone. Switzerland's got to find an answer here. They can't just sit back in a zone. Ball squirts free, comes towards the near boards. Trying to stick handle out of trouble up to the neutral zone. Now, potential odd man rush. Canada hustling back, shot, waffle save. First shot Kirby's seen. Those are tough as a netminder myself. You don't face the shot, right, for 11 minutes, 11 and a half minutes, and then get an odd man rush. Good job by Kirby keeping his head in the game. That is not easy. LaGrange with it now. Gets tripped up. We're gonna get our first power play for Canada as Kirby heads towards the bench. As Canada bring out the sixth runner here. Backdoor attempt and gets deflected. In on Stuckley. No argument from the Swiss bench. It's an obvious call. I saw it happen, and I'm sure the coaches did as well. Let's see who Canada puts out on the power play here. That is as obvious a tripping call as you'll probably ever see in the sport of ball hockey. So we get a television timeout. Ready for the draw. Swiss win it. Rifle at the length of the floor. So I see Christensen going back for it. Rotondi's out there. Brandon Smith is also out there, as is Gill and LaGrange. Back to the point now, Rotondi with it. As I mentioned, he's been really good on their power play. Shot wide. Down low, centering attempt, Gill all alone, shot save! Oh, that's a big one for Stuckley, so we get some jostling. That's just good, clean hockey. They're playing to the whistle. Good save by Stuckley, keeping his team in it. Yeah, you can see on the replay there, I mean, a couple of whacks, but that's why we tell the players play to the whistle, right? Good hockey. Taken by Switzerland. Are they going to be able to get the clear? They do. They're going to give chase now, but Kirby's going to come out and play it. Just send that up to Rotondi as Canada execute a line change here. So Purse, I believe, with it. Purse sends it over to Sakut. Back to Purse. Chips it in. Cummins giving chase. Canada walking it in, rifles one over the crossbar. Not sure what the Swiss defender was doing there. Centering attempt, fanned down by Sakut. Pick back up, shot, save Stuckley. Can't see the player's number that took that shot from up here, folks, apologize. Over to Sakut, back down low, shot, another save, Stuckley. Can't hold on to that for a whistle. That is 95, Jake Mallory, that had those two golden opportunities. See here on the replay. Good job by Stuckley swallowing that one up. So Switzerland successfully kills the man advantage. Minute 15 remaining. Canada still with possession, walking it in, shot blocked. Comes to the near boards by the Swiss bench. Picked up by Palermo, long wrist shot, hit a body. Down low, Cummins, centering to Mallory. Save, turnaround attempt, save. Oh, a couple of big ones for Stuckley. Canada, all sorts of pressure here on Switzerland in this first period. Back to Palermo. Redirected, save Stuckley. He's going to hold on to that. Well, he's keeping his team in it. That's for sure with 39 seconds left. Gotta say, I don't have a color commentator here, but if I did, I would ask him if he agrees with the Swiss strategy here of just effectively playing more of a soft zone and letting Canada work the ball around. It just seems to be leading to quality scoring chance after quality scoring chance. Might be something the coaches want to address during the intermission. Chip forward, but kept in. Along the far boards, back to the point. Long wrist shot, high over the crossbar, and the outstanding glove of Stuckley off the glass. Swiss pick it up. 20 seconds remaining. Good keep at the point by Longo. Love it with it now, love it. Gets the separation. 10 seconds remaining. Oh, errant pass. Swiss dump it in. That moves all the way in on Kirby, and he's going to smother that up with 3 seconds left. And that should do it. All right, 3-0 Canada. It's been all Canadians here in the first period. See if Switzerland has any answers in the second. We'll see you back here in 10 minutes for start of the second period action. Canada 3, Switzerland nothing.
All right, folks, I'm joined by forward for the under-20 Swiss men, Oscar Hegland. Oscar, Canada got off to a smoking hot start in that one, and your guys' coach took a timeout. What was the message in that one?
Well, basically, it was just for us to wake up. We were pretty sleepy at the start, and we should have known from the start that we have to be hot always, and especially at the start, we always concede very fast goals, and it's just the coach, he has to wake us up even quicker, and because he just couldn't get the message through in the back in the back, and then, yeah, that was that.
100%. So Canada obviously relentless in that period. How can you guys slow them down in the second and third?
I think if you play our game and then stay strong, don't take too many floorings, change quick, and then I think we can still maybe change a few things, but it's still 3-0, that's 3-0 in front, so it's still a large gap to go, but I still believe we can do something.
Absolutely love the enthusiasm and attitude there. Oscar, thank you for the interview, and good luck with the rest of the game, man. Appreciate it.
Start of the second. Canada all over Switzerland in that first period, leading by a score of 3-0. See if the Swiss coaching staff made any strategy changes during the intermission. It'll hopefully lead to some attack zone time, as they really had no sustained attack zone time to speak of there in the first period. Canada out shooting Switzerland 16-1. That one trickles in. Stick to side. Fanned on at the point. Still battling. Swiss trying to chip it out. They can't. A couple Canadians doing battle down there. It's Lovett along with Zazala. Send it back to the Swiss zone. Now some Canadians go off with the change, as do some Swiss players. Switzerland waiting for something to develop here. Defenseman's got no outlet. Canada executing a perfect forecheck here. Now the Swiss managed to chip it into the Canadian zone. Shot right into the glove. Only the second shot on net, but Kirby was ready for it. And as I mentioned in the first period, it's tough, right? You don't face a lot of shots. So credit to Kirby keeping his head in the game, tracking that ball all the way into his glove. That was off of the stick of number 12, Nico Spani. Good look at the replay here. That's why he's in a world championship, folks, right? These goaltenders are so good. So good. Morey gains the line, chips it in down deep. Doing battle. Morey comes away with it, sends it back up along the near boards by the Canadian bench, back to the point. Over to Palermo. Palermo looking. Sends it back down low to Schwint. Schwint with it, trying to hit a trailer, deflected. Close look off the glass. Canada now, back to the point. Sent in down low. Back to the point. Blair Scott with it at the point. Waiting for something to develop. Sends it back down low. Schwint with it. Schwint drops it off. Back to the point. Long shot. Intercepted. Swiss can't get the clear. Kick behind the net. Canada still doing an outstanding job on this forecheck, but they're just not giving the Swiss any breathing room at all. Chip back behind the net. Swiss looking to get this out of the zone. Probably trying to get a line change. I mean, this is a minute and a half now of attack zone time. These kids have got to be gassed. Canada now. Center attempt, shot, score! Reefs a cut. One-timer. Hang on now, there seems to be some confusion. I think we're going to get a video review here. The referees go to talk about this. From up here, it looked like a good goal. Looked like it went in and out off the back to the bottom of the net. Certainly see if we got a look at that on the replay. Well, the referee signaled no goal, but I thought that went in. Referee obviously in better position than I am. They're taking a look at it on the video replay. Looked to me like it went right off the back bottom of the net, or perhaps the center pipe, and just came right back out. Certainly Sakut thought it was a goal. And judging by the reaction of the Swiss players, I think they thought it was a goal too, but we shall see. You can decide for yourselves at home, folks. Looks like a goal to me, but the referee's down there at the baseline. But as you heard me say many times, right, during this broadcast, in last week's broadcast on video review and effect. You know, the ISBHF, credit to them. They want to get it right. Good goal. Well, Switzerland now down 4-0.
Time 18 minutes, 8 seconds. Team Canada scored by Canada 44 minutes, assisted by number 88, Zach Range.
Canada with possession back in the Swiss zone. Set down low. Canada looking for centering attempt. Want to wrap that one all the way around. There's the centering attempt, but I believe it went off of a foot. Sakut with it now. Ball sent again back down deep into the Swiss zone. Gill there, it's bodied off the play, but gets some help from Lovett. As Switzerland comes away with it. Dumped in deep towards the far corner. Christensen wins the battle, comes away with it. Center attempt, all alone is Gill. Poked away. Well, trying to go backhand onto his forehand. Again, credit to the netminder Stuckley, as Switzerland's going to get a penalty here, so Canada will be on the man advantage. It's a good read on the play by the netminder Stuckley. See what the penalty is. Looks like it's going to be a hook. Shots now 17-1 for Canada. So we get a whistle here. So the Swiss now have a mountain to climb. It's 5-0. See on the replay, just nothing Stuckley can do about it. Get a whistle, and Kirby's going to hold on to that. Face off to the left of Kirby. Canada in complete control of this one. 5-0 shot blocked. Never made it through a lot of traffic. Backhand attempt gets redirected. Swiss player gets tripped up. And we get a whistle here. So the penalty, I believe, is going to be on the netminder for tripping. You just don't see that a lot. You really don't. I'm trying to recall in my head the last time I saw a goaltender called for tripping here at one of these World Championships. I don't recall, but doesn't need to be intentional. So even the goaltender can commit infractions like that, as you saw. Kirby trying to do his job, but did cause the player to lose their footing, and Canada now will be shorthanded. So serving the penalty, number 23, Ryan Purse. 9:21 remaining in the second period here. Shots 23-3 for Canada. See what Switzerland's strategy is here. Long shot. Butterfly save, Kirby. Back to the point, Yossi has it. Down low, over to Siafo. Back to Yossi. Towards the far corner. Shot, butterfly save. Kirby very solid. Centering attempt, too hot to handle, thrown on net. Swiss unable to corral it. Now they do, near corner. Back to the point, over to Yossi, down to Siafo. Back to Yossi. Towards the other point, wrist shot, whistles wide. Picked back up by Siafo. Again to Yossi. Well, somebody's got to move here, can't just stand. I understand what Switzerland's trying to do, but nobody's crashing towards the net. Not giving Siafo any options here. Canada content to just keep everything on the outside. Long shot, deflected, and Kirby's going to get a whistle on that. Good deflection, Andy Knight. So just to recap the scoring, which you can see on stats.ispHF.com or on our iSPHF app. Reeves Sukut unassisted, Gill from Mallory, Stang from Lovett, DeSantis, Sukut again from LaGrange, and that last goal, Brandon Gill from Rotondi and Christensen. 30 seconds left in the man advantage. One-time attempt shot, there's the goal. Well, gotta give credit where credit's due. Switzerland moved the ball well on that power play, and nothing Kirby can do. Can't fault him for that. That's what you see these teams do on the man advantage, right? Get the goaltenders moving laterally, try and get a crisp pass into the wheelhouse. And number 73 for Switzerland, Pablo Berthold, just unleashed a perfect missile, short side. Just looking at the reaction on the Canadian bench, I mean, they don't seem too bothered by it. They're still up 5-1. Obviously in complete control of this game. But certainly unfortunate for them. You know, you rarely see penalties against the netminder for tripping, but I'm sure Canada will bounce back. Long shot from the point. Hit a Swiss player in front. Appears to be in some distress. Back to the point. Canada trading places. Wrist shot, deflected. Good look at the net by Morey there. Set back down low. Picked up by Schwint. Schwint has it. Wheeling and dealing along the far boards. Centering attempt. A little late. He's trying to hit Palermo. Cutting now. Swiss potentially with numbers. Canada hustling back to negate it. Shot. Sticked aside by Kirby. Centering attempt, nobody there for Switzerland to pick it up. Canada. Morey has it. Softly into the Swiss zone, intercepted. Canada getting a late change. A couple of forwards. Swiss dumping into the zone. Back to the point. Blocked by Canada. Swiss corral it up, Siafo goes off of a foot. That was Gill that got in the way of that pass. Down low, Palermo going forward for Canada. Bodied into the boards. Still battling down low behind Kirby. Still battling. Referee right there, centering attempt, intercepted by Canada. Gill now with it. Waits for his teammates to join him, flips it up. Mallory gains his own. Mallory chips it up along the near boards. Dropped off for Rotondi. Back towards the center floor, over to Gills. We get a penalty. Be a high stick. The Swiss netminder's down. I did not see what happened. We might see it on the replay here. I was tracking the ball at the point, and then I saw the whistle. Or pardon me, heard the whistle. Apologies, folks. I'm doing the majority of the play-by-play last week and this week. Certainly not going to be perfect. Doing the best I can to keep you entertained as we get a television timeout. Penalties against Canada, so Switzerland back on the man advantage. Okay, golden opportunity here for the Swiss to get another one up on the board and start to climb back into this one. The same power play unit out. So Yossi with it, all the way down low towards the far boards. Canada aggressive on the PK on that one, and it works. They are able to get the kill. Swiss go back and give chase. Canada will restack the blue line. 5:15 remaining in the second period. Canada's out shooting Switzerland 23-4. Switzerland looking to gain the line. They do. Siafo. Just another, just call it a soft mistake, right? It's little things like that that start to compound over the course of a game that can lead to losses, right? You just got to be sharper. I mean, I don't need to tell the Swiss players that. They'll be the first people to admit it, right? Just little mistakes like that that they know they can't afford against a great team. Swiss gained the zone, have it poke checked away. It's just good stick work on the part of Canada. They're going to be content to try and eat some time here. This is smart penalty killing. As they get a whistle, good job by number 17, Blair Scott. Well, referee now. Scott's unhappy about something. I don't know what. Getting a penalty against Canada. Well, isn't this an interesting development? As the captain, Christensen, comes out to ask for an explanation, I believe the only call could be delay of game. Take a look at the replay. Scott's got the ball. He's got a player on him. He's using his body to shield the ball. That's got to be delay of game, but Christensen and everybody on the Canadian bench not happy with it, least of all number 17, Blair Scott. Boy, hey, folks, you tell me, I'll tell you, you never hear me criticize refereeing. They have by far the hardest job in at these tournaments. The game's so fast. Nobody's perfect, but in terms of the speed of the game and how things happen and, you know, the pressure and what's at stake, as Canadian coaching staff is asking for an explanation here. Rightfully so. I personally would not have called that as a delay game. I think that's just good, solid penalty killing, but the referee felt different. He's down on the floor. The call has been made. Canada has made their opinion well known to the referees, rightfully so, but 5-on-3 is Swiss win the face-off, so now they got 40 seconds and a 5-on-3 here. Switzerland got to get some balls to the net. Long shot, blocked. Another shot, wide. loose. Back to the point. No, just another mistake by Switzerland there, right? Can't afford these little mistakes that just start to compound. That's a 5-on-3. That's going to cost you a good 10 seconds. Now you got to get the line, get set back up. 5 seconds left in the man advantage. You got to get a ball to the net here. A shot blocked. Canada able to get the clear. Hey, credit to Canada. I know I don't want to take anything away from them. That's outstanding penalty killing, but certainly Switzerland did not help themselves. Got to be sharper when you're down by 4 goals here in the second period. Facing a great team, right? Swiss unable to gain the line. Canada going to be able to get a clear here again. Canada with an outstanding penalty kill here. Canada stacking the line. Swiss gained the zone, but they're offsides. Referee right there in perfect position. Blew it dead immediately. 35 seconds left on the man advantage. Swiss looking to get set back up. They gain the line. Siafo with it. Playing pitch and catch at the point. Back down to Siafo. Looking for a lane, nothing there. Back to Siafo. Pass a little front shot. Good job on the block. Another shot, bad save. Kirby. Canada looking to get it clear here. Good keep. Siafo trying to get a center attempt down low. Well, that's the right play. Just good defensive stick work by an outstanding Canadian penalty kill unit, as we are back to even strength. But Siafo with some excellent decision making there. Had he been able to saucer that pass across, that would have been a goal for sure. Swiss player had the net wide open. Swiss gained the zone, back to the point, long shot, whistles wide, and Kirby's just going to go ahead and smother that as the Swiss player jumps over him. 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. So, not the greatest power play we've seen from Switzerland, but I like the way they recovered there at the end. You know, it's certainly some momentum you can build on. For Canada, gotta feel good. You just killed a 5-on-3 and a 5-on-4. Probably the message along the bench is, you know, boys, let's get one here before we head into the second intermission. So I'd expect Canada to go back to being aggressive as we have a whistle here. A penalty? I did not see what the call was, but we are getting a penalty against Switzerland. High sticking. Well, let's see the replay here. Where was the high sticking? Oh yeah, right there off the draw. Okay. I was tracking the ball towards backboards, but as I said earlier with tripping, right, on the goaltender being called, it doesn't need to be intentional, and the same rule applies to high sticking. You absolutely do not have to have intent with high sticking. Good call by the referee. So now Canada on the man advantage. Purse with it. First on a Mallory, centering attempt over to Sakut, trying to ride the hot stick. He's got 2 goals already in this game. Mallory calling for it. Trying to pick a shot, or pardon me, pick a spot there. Unleashes a nice wrist shot. He's hoping for a rebound. Good decision making by Mallory, but Swiss netminder Stuckley just swallowed that one right up. I mean, you had 2 Canadians right there on 1 Swiss player. That's certainly the right decision. Purse, back to Mallory, now to Purse. Over to Mallory. Down low, loose. Cleared out by Switzerland, minute 20 remaining. Good clear by the Swiss. They're gonna get 1 person, well, 2 people off now. As Canada now back into the zone, redirect. That was on net. Swiss able to get the clear. Canada looking to gain the line. They do. Dumped in by Sakut. Gives chase. Last minute of play. Back to Palermo. He's going to drop it off for Purse. Down low. Over to Sakut. Centering attempt. Good stick work by the Swiss. Back to the point. Shot is fake. Down low to Sakut. Waffle save. Good job, Stuckley. Back to the point. Over to Purse. 30 seconds left. Over to Mallory. Centering attempt redirected. But not on net. Nope. Trying for a simple redirect there by Sakut. Over to Mallory. On net. Shot. I believe Stuckley got a piece of that as Swiss player lost his stick. Got to be careful here. Picks it back up. 10 seconds remaining. Can the Swiss get it clear? They can't. 6 seconds. Over to Mallory. He's got to get this ball on net. Shot down low. Almost redirected into the net. Brady Swint quietly walking towards the net. Off the backboard. So it's the right idea. So Canada obviously still in control in this game. 5-1. 10-minute break. We'll see you back here for start of the final period. Canada 5, Switzerland 1.
All right, folks, I'm joined by Reeve Sukit, forward for the under-20 Canadian men. Reeve, 2 big goals in this game. How are you feeling coming into this one?
Good. I think the boys are playing well. We're running. We're taking it to them. We're getting pucks to the point, getting shots. We just need to capitalize more. I think we can bury some more shots, stay out of the box. Thought the kill did a good job there, and we just got to keep the pressure going.
100%. You speak a little bit about the penalty kill. It's where the Swiss have been most dangerous all tournament long. How do you guys just continue to shut them down?
I think putting a lot of pressure on them, out and in really fast, making them move the ball quick. I think our KL has done a really good job both games against the Czech and the Slovaks too. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing, and it's going to work.
100%. Reeve, thank you for the interview, and good luck the rest of the game, man.
Thank you.
We are back, start of the third period here. Canada controlling this one, outshooting the Swiss 24-7 and up 5-1 as they win the opening draw. Shot goes wide. They are dominating basically in all aspects of the game. But the Swiss did get some momentum there towards the end of the second period. They had a long power play 5-on-3, then a 5-on-4, but Canada able to successfully kill it. But on the previous power play, the Swiss were able to get their lone goal. Be sure to get your scoring at stats.isbhf.com and also on our brand new ISBHF app. As Canada with the ball now in the zone, pad save. Rebound came all the way out. Picked up by number 91, Louis Klaus. Klaus wheeling and dealing down low, has it stolen by Canada. And I must say, number 33 for the Swiss, as he gets Canadian player walking in all alone, makes another big save. I was about to say, he's been outstanding for the Swiss. Their best player today takes that one into the glove. Trying to see the Canadian player that was able to walk in all alone. Looks like it was number 91, Kyle Morey. Stuckley's been fantastic, really has. See Morey walking in, went forehand, backhand. Stuckley standing tall in net. Good pad save. Ready for the draw. Not won by either team, but then Canada able to come away with it. Player fanning on the shot was Gianluca DeSantis for Canada. Sent back in down low, Lovett with it. Far corner. Lovett drops it off. Canada. Centering attempt over to Lovett. Shot. Never made it through. Pick back up. Nicholas Stang. Center attempt. One-timer shot gets deflected. Output in the mesh netting. Good stick work on the part of Nicholas Weiss. As Switzerland's going to get wholesale line changes. See on the replay here, shot going up into the mesh netting. It's what you want to do, right? Have active sticks. Make sure you get it in shooting lanes. That one blocked down, poke check. Not going to make it out of the zone. No, Canada able to keep it in. Good keep by Palermo. Love it now behind Stuckley. Love it. Wheeling and dealing. Love it still with it. Walks it out. Shot deflected up over the crossbar. Swiss take control. Looking to chip it to the neutral zone. They do. Yeah, but again, little mental mistakes like that, right? Just player had two whacks at it as we get flooring call. The face of a comeback down deep into the Canadian zone. Just little things like that is the types of mistakes, you know, just mental mistakes that you just can't afford to make at World Championships. And Switzerland, if I'm being honest, I know I don't have a color commentator with me. Got to clean that stuff up. Got to clean it up. If you want to have any chance of going home with some hardware around your neck, got to limit the mental mistakes. As Canada takes another flooring call here, so they will not be able to execute a line change. Well, I'm not sure why, but number 17, Blair Scott, was trying to get the referee's attention and appeared to be arguing quite vociferously. Love being able to throw that word out onto broadcast. But I don't know what he was arguing about. As he takes it behind the net. Canada through the neutral zone, but unable to corral it. Swint just misplayed that. I'll give Canada the same criticism I've given the Swiss, right? Little things like that, you know, need to be crisper, sharper, and just don't pick your head up before the ball's on your stick. And I say this, of course, folks, with the full caveat. I'm up here in the booth, right? It's easy for me to sit here and criticize or sound like I'm criticizing World Championship level players. I'm certainly nowhere near their skill level. Just from an analyst perspective, right? any hockey analyst would tell you, mental mistakes at this level, you just got to keep them to an absolute minimum. As Morey now styling and profiling back to the red line. Over to Scott, back to Morey. He's got a lane to the net. Shot, score! Well, you heard me talk about it early in the first period. Switzerland sitting back and just playing a soft defense, giving the Canadian players space. I mean, you have to recognize that this is Canada. You're down 5-1. Now's not the time to sit back and let players have space. I mean, it's a world-class championship shooters. As good as Stuckley is playing, nobody's saving that shot. And apologies, now De La Rosa's in net. Oh, I missed the goaltending change. Shame on me. But De La Rosa in net now. You can't give great players space like that. And I'm sure when the Swiss team goes back and looks at the digital media file, they'll try and emphasize that point to the players. But credit to Canada. Absolute howitzer, top shelf. They regained the 5-goal lead. They're doing what they need to do, as I mentioned, to control their own destiny. If they win this game and then the game against the United States, they advance to the gold medal game, which means they're guaranteed to go home with silver. And they play the United States in the final game of our jam-packed 6-game action Friday here. Game time 8 p.m. local. 2:15 back home for the North Americans on the Eastern time zone. As Swiss able to poke check that away. Good job by number 44, Oscar Hegland for Switzerland. And we get a flooring call. Face off back down deep in the Canadian zone. Shots right now, 25-7 for Canada. Canada gains the Swiss zone. Pauses to get set up. High lob pass over to Longo. Wrist shot, steered aside. Over to Sakut. Sent in down low. One-time attempt, shot, score! Absolute perfect pass. That was number 18, Andy Knight. Beautiful, beautiful pass. Right into the wheelhouse. Get to the goal score here in just a second as soon as I see the replay. So Zach LaGrange gets the goal. Previous goal for Canada, Kyle Morey, assisted by Scott. The lone Swiss goal, Pablo Berthold, assisted by Weiss and Colley. Canada back on cruise control now, 7-1. As they gain the line into the Swiss zone. Swiss go back to pick it up. Rattled up towards the far boards, intercepted by the Canadians. Long shot, glove down. Swiss trying to poke check it out, they can. Need to be careful, they got two players caught. Now it's an odd man play down low, good save. Nice move by Cummins. De La Rosa holding his own. See here, Cummins trying to go backhand onto his forehand. Well, De La Rosa took a little bit of exception with that whack, but Cummins playing to the whistle. Rotondi over to Christensen, down low. Canada trying to walk it out. They can't get a cycle going. Broken up by Swiss. They're able to take control now. Odd man rush for Switzerland. Can they get one back? Wrist shot right into the trapper of Kirby. He's going to hold on to it for the whistle. Yeah, good look at the net. It's the right decision. Throw the ball on net. Hopefully get a rebound. You got two players crashing. Good job by number 27, Nicholas Weiss. Face off, taken by the Swiss. Battle in the far corner. Still battling. Canada comes away with it. Centering attempt goes up into the glass. And where will the face-off be? That was Purse for Canada, I believe, got a piece of it, so it'll stay down low. Battle down low, chip back low after it came up to the mid boards. That's Palermo for Canada doing battle with the Swiss player. Can't see the number as the referee blows the play dead. Net gets dislodged. Looked like that was Tobias Holderegger Perks for Switzerland that was doing battle with Palermo. Centering attempt high out onto the stick of the Canadian player. No, he can't corral it. That was Smith. He gets it. Shot. Oh, nice waffle save. That's batted into the net. No goal. Referee immediately signaling no goal. No Canadian players arguing. Oh, it's a good high lob. Smith just unable to corral it and generate a scoring chance. See here on the replay. There's a shot, save, and then high sticked into the net. Player knew that was not going to count. Ball well above the, pardon me, stick well above the crossbar. Smith tried to make a move, a little too strong with it. Now Switzerland, centering attempted all alone. Nice recovery on the part of number 72, Colin Powell. That was number 93, Fadri Straub. He's got to have an opportunity there to make a move on Kirby. Good stick work. And we're gonna get a penalty on Switzerland. It's probably gonna be a slash. Referee immediately put his arm up. I heard it up here. And that is the call. So Switzerland will be shorthanded, 7:25 remaining, 7-1 Canada. In full control of this one. As I said, they are the team right now that controls their own destiny. If they beat Switzerland and then the United States in the last game of the day, they will advance to the gold medal game, be guaranteed to take home at least the silver. The remaining 4 teams will move to the semifinals for a chance to play for the gold and the bronze. Back to the point, Scott with it, over to Morey, down low. Shot, score, far side, I think. Nice low shot from number 18, the assistant captain, Andy Knight. It looked like it was far side from up here in the booth. Just waiting for the replay. Yep, far side. Just a great shot from a great shooter. Nothing the goaltender could have done differently. Sent back into the Swiss zone. Turned over, Canada has it. Shot. Right to the glove. De La Rosa gets the whistle. Center attempted down low. Stang gave it back. Another center attempt goes all the way to the near boards. Picked, back up by DeSantis. Back to the point, over to Zazzala. Zazzala with it. Over to Longo. Back to Zazzala. Down low to Stang. Over to Lovett. Look at the net. Butterfly save. De La Rosa takes the whistle. As we're going to get a television timeout, I believe. Shots on net, 31 Canada, 8 for Switzerland. Palermo takes it back to the point. Back to Palermo, long shot, stick to side. Taken back by Canada. Battle down low. Taken by the Swiss, high lob out. Will this be a flooring call? No, Canada able to corral it up. Good hustle play by Purse up in the neutral zone. Canada comes away with it. Walking towards the center floor. Wrist shot. Ball still loose. Now De La Rosa finds it. We're gonna get a penalty. Nope, I don't see any signal. Okay. Canadian player just falling off his. Taking a look at the replay here. Yep. Just falling after trying to crash the net there, so no call. Face off, picked up by Canada. Sakut now with it. Switzerland intercepts, able to get the clear. No flooring on the play. Going back is Longo. Longo makes a nifty move along near boards, advances it forward through the neutral zone. Canada, Knight is just off sides. He was trying to hit Sakut. Taken by Canada. Players tripped up. Obvious tripping call. So the Swiss will be shorthanded. That was the Grange that went down, number 88. See who the penalty's on. Looks like it'll be on Yannick Bernard. So Canada on their way to securing another 3 points. So it'll be up to the United States to try and prevent Canada from advancing to the gold medal game tonight. It's Canada working the ball around. And we get a goal, so that'll make it 9-1. So in terms of group play right now, Czech Republic has played 3 games. They are in first with 7 points because one of their losses came in overtime. So United States in second place. They've played 3 games. One of those was a regulation loss to the Czech Republic. So they are in second place with 6 points. Canada has played 2 games. They have 1 win and 1 overtime win. So they have 5 points. Overtime win is worth 2 points. Slovakia has played 3 games. They have 1 win, 2 losses in regulation, so they have 3 points. In Switzerland, 0-3, about to be 0-4. So Canada will move into first place momentarily with 8 points. Czechs will go to second with 7, and then the Czechs play Slovakia 6 p.m. local time. So if the Czechs win that game, they would go back into first with 10 points. And Canada would have an opportunity to reclaim first with another 3 points by way of victory over the United States, which would give them 11. For the United States, they can still earn the number 1 seed. If Slovakia beats the Czech Republic, then the United States, if they beat Canada, will play for the gold medal game. And you never know what can happen when Slovakia and the Czech Republic do battles. We get a penalty here. Gonna be against Canada. It'll be on DeSantis, number 97, walking to the box. So the U.S. hoping for some help from the Slovaks, who they beat to open their tournament 4-2. But if the Czech Republic wins that game, they'll have 10 points, right? Canada will be right after that with 8 points. Then the Czech Republic will be hoping the United States knocks off Canada because the Czech Republic would advance to the gold medal game. So a lot of drama still to unfold here at beautiful Belgrade Ice Stadium.
Time 41 minutes, 46 seconds. Team Canada, number 97.
As we have 3 minutes remaining here in Canada, up 9-1, 4-on-4 action. So now Switzerland with the man advantage. They fire it in. Canada unable to get the clear. The Swiss have it. Cross-forward pass. Back to the point. For the Yossi down to Siafo. Shot blocked. Good job by Palermo. Swiss come away with it. Drop it back to Yossi. Down to to Siafo. Down low. Back to Siafo. Over to Yossi. Cross-court pass. Wrist shot. Whistles wide. Picked up by Canosa. Back to Yossi. Over to Huber. Yossi. Yossi again with it. Back to Huber. That one just ends up in the glove of Kirby. Smart play. Little backdoor action. But Kirby heard the footsteps. Got the glove out. 31 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Back to the point, 23 seconds left to the man advantage. Shot, save. Canada corrals it up. Probably just dump this into the zone and eat some clock. So that'll do it. Back to even strength. Swiss take it. Behind the net. Centering attempt. Swiss looking to get one more on the board. Nice pad save by Kirby. Behind the net, rattled all the way around. Sakut chips it back. Centering attempt. Canada with numbers, but it's 9-1, folks, right? I mean, at this point, it's all just academic. Walking in, shot, save. Whistle with 32.8 seconds remaining. Face off to the right of De La Rosa. Swiss a short one player. Stick save, centering attempt. Another shot, save. Back to the point. Long shot, save. Ends up going out of the zone, so that should do it. I mean, there's 15 seconds left. So congratulations to Canada. They continue to control their own destiny. The Swiss just unable to match them. But some mental mistakes on their part, especially early in the game. And so it happens, right? When you play good teams, you can't give them any help. I said that before last week, said it this week. I'll continue to make it a point. It's a world championship, right? Nobody needs any help. So that'll do it for me. I'm going to go ahead and rest the vocal cords. Next game coming up here. Should be a good one. As we have the ladies division, hometown Slovakia, taking on the Czech Republic. Starts at 13:30, so just about 35 minutes from now. We'll see you back here for that one. Take care, everyone. Your final, Canada 9, Switzerland 1.
We will now announce the best players of the game. The awards will be presented by Karel Patina, member of ISBHL. The best player of Team Switzerland is player number 91, Luis Klaus. The best player of Team Canada is player number 28, Nicolas Stan. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Canada.
All right, folks, I'm joined by Brandon Gill of the under-20 Canadian men, who just had a big victory over the Swiss under-20s. Brandon, you guys continue to be undefeated in this tournament, but what do you think you guys can improve on for the marquee matchup this evening against USA?
Yeah, obviously we know the U.S. is going to be a real big competition. I think we play our game and we forecheck hard and we do the things the coaches are asking of us. They know what they're talking about, and I think we'll be successful this evening here.
100%. So I was in your locker room a little bit earlier today. You guys just have like great energy, great vibes. Other than the guys with letters on their sweaters this week, who's like a unsung hero, or I should say unsung leader on Team Canada?
Yeah, it's tough to pick one guy. There's so many guys in the room. If I had to, maybe a guy like Kyle Morey. But that's just one of so many. It's an unbelievable group. It's so fun to be around them. We're really close already, and just really excited to keep this tournament rolling here.
100%. Gilly, thank you for the interview, man, and good luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys.
How's it going, folks? I'm joined by Swiss forward Louis Klaus. Louis, you guys 5-on-5 offense hasn't really been clicking so far this week. How can you guys get that going in a pivotal game tomorrow?
I think we just have to play like we played today and yesterday. Forget the first two games and just continue to make the right decisions and eliminate our mistakes.
100%. So you spoke that you played in Visp last year. How did that tournament prepare you for this one?
No, I didn't play in Visp. I played in the juniors last year.
Okay. How did Zelina, prepare you for Poprod this year?
We learned a lot, especially how we should act in the defense. But also in the offense, we scored some goals last year. I think we have some positive things to take to this tournament. I think we were able to show one or two things, but of course we can always do better.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck tomorrow in your guys' game, and hope to see you guys get a win. Appreciate it. Thank you.